Hello and welcome back to Lone Wolf. There is no need for you to restrain the creature. The geek bullies have inflicted severe wounds to the creature, and it's barely able to move. You draw your weapon and hold it menacingly close to the geek's throat, and the creature trembles. It's convinced that its life is about to end. Ran, Iga, Ozak Dos! Where are you from? You demand. Ran, Dak, Okach, Gostak Kona? How did you enter the forest? The geek is petrified of you and can barely speak. I am from Fortress Vatag, it says, spitting out the words through its blood-flecked fangs. Oktak, Isatan, Kor, Jet, Hastaga, Zeg, Goch, Ek, Zostach, Estkohan, Kona. I marched through the passages and tunnels of the old ruined temple to enter the fallen forest. These are the last words that the creature utters. Its heart stops beating and its eyes roll back in their sockets as it gasps its last breath. You step away from the lifeless body and sheathe your weapon. Strewn around the clearing are several items of loot that were discarded by the geek's treacherous companions. One of them catches their eye. It is a small wooden chest with an iron lock plate. You decide to attempt to pick the lock that keeps the lid of this wooden chest securely closed. Lockpick a go-go. Yes, both of those get me some loot, which is fine. Loot, good. Dang it. Okay, close up. Dang it. Really close there, I think. Nope. Got it. There we go. Plenty of lockpicks, thankfully. Fresh glass of water. And yes, for anyone who doesn't watch regularly enough to know, while recording, I favour Sainsbury's sparkling, no added sugar flavoured water. And the flavour of the day is strawberry and kiwi. You manage to open the chest, and as you put the contents in your backpack, you think about the lives of the people who once owned these possessions. You vow to honour their sacrifice in your fight against their killers. Ooh, Garnet Signet Ring. Intelligence and crit. Oh, and some King's Leather. Fantastic. You leave the clearing and press on through the dense, snowy undergrowth. The sounds of enemy activity are everywhere, and you proceed with utmost caution. But I just want to go into the inventory, because I think I might have equipped that Signet Ring. Yes, I think I will. Yeah. Okay, I am happy with that. So I've finally got some King's Leather, which is good. So I've also got some hardened Browning. Okay, so let's head on. Go. So let's head to the Bronin Mines. I'll talk to the merchant first, I think. So how much stuff was it I needed to upgrade? Okay, might as well repair stuff while I'm here. 12 crowns, yep. Was it? I need 2 more hardened Bronin and another King's Leather. Pity. Can upgrade my crossbow, I suppose. Just need a piece of leather. Yeah, might as well. Scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. Flog a few bits and bobs. Pine, leather and iron. Yeah, I can afford that. Or I will be able to once I sell some stuff. Don't need throwing knives. have yet to use any of those, so might as well get rid of them. Get rid of that silver ring. Get rid of the superior throwing knives. That ring. Okay. So what was it I needed? 2 pine, 2 leather, 1 iron. That's increased its power significantly. 1 piece of superior leather and I can get it to rank 3. Yes, I'm going to do that. So I absolutely may as well. Admittedly, that's basically all my money gone, but hey. Significantly upgraded my crossbow. Right. Can't afford to upgrade anything else. And 1 gold crown. So yeah, okay, I might as well. And everything else requires finest leather, full grain leather, more king's leather, which I don't have. And that requires a lot of stuff I don't have. Okay. Let us write our story. When you get back to the mines, you see that several miners are rebuilding the barricade under Jen's supervision. His head and left arm are swathed with fresh bandages, and he is leaning heavily on a walking stick for support. But his steely determination has not been diminished by the ordeal he has suffered at the hands of the cruel geeks. My lord, I had not expected to see you again so soon. Have you found my daughter's prototype already? He inquires. Alas, no, not yet, I reply. I need to know more of the chasm and where I can get across it as soon as it is safely possible. Jen tells you that he has some news to share about the matter. Some villagers have just reached the mines after hiding deep in the forest for 2 days, waiting their chance to make their way back to the mines. They report having seen a Dracarium camp close to an unbroken section of the forest floor, which spans the deep chasm on its western side. With the Dracarium controlling this crossing, it will be difficult for you to reach the far side, says Jen. Difficult, yes, but not impossible. The inventor tells you that many ancient Shanti artifacts have been found in the sunken forest during centuries past. Among them were perfect cubes filled with energy. If you're able to find one of these Shanti power cubes, you could use it to destroy the Dracarium encampment and clear the way across the chasm. Leandra comes running from the barricade. She's overheard your conversation with her father, and she has something she must convey. Father, you said that you don't want anything to do with the Shanti because their relics are too dangerous, but over charging a cube and facing a full Dracarium garrison? That is not a safe plan at all, and you know it. The western span is not the only way across the chasm. There is another way, a narrow rock bridge on the eastern side. Jen dismisses his daughter's claim and orders her to return to the barricade at once, but Leandra refuses to obey him. Ignoring her father's growing ire, she continues. The eastern rock bridge is blocked by an ancient gate, but if you can find a Shanti cube, I know how to use it to open the gate. This is madness, exclaims Jen. The western span is the only sure way across the chasm. Okay then, choice. I want to hear more about her plan, because frankly, I'm all for the sneaking around the side approach in this case. Don't get me wrong, you know. Though I am all for walking up to your enemy and facing them in straight combat, but, you know, as, was it Fiore? Who was one of the sword masters about the 14th, 15th century. In his sword manual, if you are facing 4 or more foes, there is no dishonour in running away. You know, let's face it, if you're badly outnumbered, you've got to fight smart, otherwise you're just going to end up dead. Leandra's concerned plea demands your attention, and you ask her about the plan she has in mind, but a vehement argument between her and her father ensues. Jen is obstinate, but Leandra insists that the Shanti power cubes are not entirely destructive, and that she knows how to control the energy locked inside them. With one of those cubes, I'd be able to open the gates to the ancient Shanti bridge. The bridge itself is centuries old, but it's still strong and secure, even withstood the collapse of the forest. There is no enemy encampment nearby that I know of, and it's a far safer way to cross the chasm than by the western span. It is not crawling with Dracarim, of that I'm certain. Have you not caused enough damage already? Exclaimed Jen, exasperated by Leandra's suggestion. Is one more innocent victim not enough for you? Jen's harsh accusations are ignored by his daughter. Her refusal to address them leaves you feeling ill at ease. Will you attempt to cross the chasm by way of the western span, that is now controlled by Dracarim? Will you try to cross by way of the ancient Shanty Bridge to the east? It is a hard choice, but whatever you decide, it is clear you will need a Shanty power cube to assist you. You ask Jen where you can find such an artifact. The old man points his finger to the west, tells you that you'll find a lake there. Between its shores and the cliff wall, there lies an abandoned mine. The villagers call it the Old Hot Spring Mine. There once worked a rich vein of bone in there, but the excavations accidentally revealed a Shanty chamber. Jen tells you the cubes were found there, and that he immediately recognised the danger they posed. That is why the mine was sealed and abandoned, but now your chances of success depend on these relics. Before Jen can give you more precise directions, Leandra intervenes. You're going to get a power cube to open the gate, aren't you? But when you hesitate to answer, the girl quickly grows impatient. Well, I'm not going to wait all night for you to decide, she says brusquely. I'm going to the bridge now. I'll be waiting for you there. Whether you choose to show up or not, that's your decision. I wonder if you're actually capable of making the right choice or not. With those harsh words ringing in your ears, Leandra storms off. In uneasy silence, you and her father watch as she disappears into the trees, regardless of danger that awaits her there. She'll be the death of me yet, sighs Jen wearily. With Leandra gone, Jen's anger turns to remorse. He regrets having lost his temper with her, and prays that she will not fall into the hands of the enemy as he did. Believing that you have decided to attempt to cross the chasm by the western span, Jen gives you some useful information about the Shanty power cubes. The cubes are very unstable and dangerous to handle. They generate a strong discharge of energy when they are activated, but they are not physically destroyed in the process. Before you go, Jen reaches into the leather satchel he has slung around his chest. He removes a folded bag made of a shimmering silver metal. This Corleum bag will keep a cube safe until the time comes for it to be used, he says, placing the bag in the palm of your hand. You thank him and stow the Corleum bag in your backpack. The time has now come for you to leave the mines and make an attempt to reach the chasm. The way you choose to get across the far side is a decision you still have to make. Okay, so we have a couple of options. Lakeshore or Mysterious. Okay, so let's head to Mysterious. I'm always curious to see what's out these places. And the last two mysterious places have given me some good loot. Bollocks. I expect I'm going to have to get through a couple of fights on the way there. Ah, yeah, two of these guys. Admittedly, I've had more upgrades since the last time I fought any of them, so... Damn it. Double, damn it. Agile little git. Oh, triple, damn it, that guy's really good. Gonna actually have to lead with a heal. And then I'm going to have to hit him with my magic sword. Should have done that in the first bloody place. Okay, that one took more damage, so he's going down first. Quick strike. Not exactly a lot of damage, but hey. Some is better than none. Pick out his knees. Hit him with an explosive bolt. Set him on fire. And go defensive. Okay. that guy's going to have to die from burning damage pretty soon. Or alternatively, I will stab him in the face. That works too. Okay, Mr. Dodgy. Dodge this. So I need to be careful using that on them, because they tend to throw bombs at me when I do it. Ooh, I mastered the technique. I wonder what that actually means. Nobody will tell me. And he's down. Good. Okay, that didn't go too badly. Plus I mastered the technique, whatever that means. I'll have a look at the character sheet and try and figure it out. Oh. Single blow. Yeah. Okay, so lower endurance cost. Excellent. I'm assuming that comes from mastering it. Okay. So made it to there. So let's go to the mysterious spot again. Hopefully I can get there without being interrupted this time. Yes, I can. Good. Yep. You enter a clearing where the ragged remnants of a small tented encampment lie strewn across the frosty, uneven ground. Amongst the torn debris, you count half a dozen lifeless bodies, all human. There appears to be only one survivor, and you recognize him immediately. It is Merok Gilad, the outlaw leader who you released from a prison cell below the sheriff's office in Rockstar. Merok is gathering the frozen corpses of his companions, placing them alongside the edge of a small pit. He hears you approaching, and swiftly he draws a long-bladed knife from his belt. But as soon as he recognizes you, he sheathes the knife and beckons you towards the pit. The wild enthusiasm you'd seen in him when he escaped the goal has now evaporated. He was utterly destroyed when he found the bodies of his murdered companions. They put up a desperate fight, yet the sight that befalls you now is grim. It reminds you of the ultimate price paid by the innocent villagers of Rockstar, and you vow to avenge their needless deaths. You help Marok to place the corpses into the pit. As you carry out this grisly duty, he tells you what has happened to him since you freed him from the gold cell. He was able to avoid the enemy raiders in Rockstar and escape the village. His immediate concern was to put as much distance between himself and the geeks as he found. He found a narrow trail that descended the cliff and decided to try his luck. When he describes the steep cliff trail, you realise it must be the same way that was used by the Doomcrag wolves you observed from the elevator. The descent slowed and perilous. It took Marok many hours to make his way back safely to his encampment where, to his horror, he discovered that a deadly enemy attack had caught his men off guard. Half of his outlaw band was killed in combat, and the remainder fled into the surrounding trees. He has since been able to find and rally them in the forest, less than a mile from their ruined camp. They are waiting there for him now to return and tell them if the coast is clear. Marok can barely contain the anger that is welling up inside him, and as soon as the last body is laid to rest, he vows to take revenge on the enemy that slaughtered his companions. He thanks you for your help, and turns away from the pit. Fueled by a burning hatred of the enemy, he sets off to fetch the few survivors of his brotherhood who are waiting for him in the forest. He vows to return to help you fight and destroy the murdering geeks and their evil masters. As you search the camp, you notice a patch of snow-sprinkled ground that is unusually springy. It sags a little under your weight as you walk across it, and a shovel lies nearby, and you use it to scrape away the surface snow, revealing several flat planks of wood laid over a pit. The pit contains a cache of various provisions. The enemy would find such loot highly desirable, and it is only a matter of time before another war party comes this way to search the ruined encampment. You hear many footfalls echoing through the snow surrounding trees, and know that it is only a matter of minutes before they arrive. With this imminent threat foremost in your mind, you check your weapons and equipment, and steel yourself for their appearance. You are determined not to be caught off guard, as were Marok's companions. Outlaw's dog has survived. Did you help restoring it to its display? Okay, let's use our healing abilities. You hear the yelping of a wounded dog drawn by the plaintive cries. You scour the forest and glimpse it running through the trees. It is a Taurinese hunting hound, and it is pining for its dead master. was one of the outlaws of the Brotherhood. It's bleeding from wounds to the shoulders and to the back. You summon your powers and project them at the injured hand to ease the pain of its wounds. Its strength and vigor return, and so too does its courage and tenacity. It turns about and leaps at the throat of a geek that has been chasing hot on its heels, and it deals the geek a nasty wound before hurling itself bravely at another geek that emerges from the trees nearby with its sword drawn. It savages the creature's face before the geek deals a swift and fatal blow. The two geeks are left bloodied by the hunting dog's tenacious attack, but they are only the first of several enemy troops that are now closing in on the ruined camp. Alright then. You ugly bastards. Let's see how you like this. Dead, badly wounded. Really badly wounded. He's dead next turn. No messing around. In fact, he's going to die any second now. There we go. Any more for any more? Oh god, it's one of you bastards. Seriously? Jeez. Wolf, get in here. I'm gonna need the backup. I should have enough time for a explosive crossbow bolt. Get some burn damage on him. And a poison crossbow bolt to get some poison damage on him. Because screw you, that's why. And go defensive. I need to take him out fast. Hopefully with the help of Mr. Wolf there, should be able to. Now that that attack has been mastered, it's using a lot less stamina, which is good. I like the idea that attacks you use regularly can improve and get better. Damn it. Could have been a much worse hit, to be fair. Okay, the endurance situation is completely bugged. Okay, might have to take a potion. I'm going to take a potion. Disarm that guy. Okay, don't have enough to go defensive. Don't have enough to do much damage. Ah, he's turtling up, okay. He's now bleeding thanks to my wolf. Thank you, Mr. Wolf, you were very helpful. Come on, Ugly, give me that shot. Ah, sorry, not good enough. Good try, good try. Okay, he's dead from bleeding next turn. In fact, I say next turn, it's not really a turn, because this isn't strictly turn-based combat, I would say. There he goes. You, sir. Quick attack to break your defense. And then flurry attack. Kill him. You've got to respect a man who can look you right in the eyes while he's stabbing you in the gut. Yeah, let's face it, taking a life with a gun at a distance is a lot easier psychologically than getting up close and personal with it. You don't have to see the light leave their eyes. Soon after the fight, a party of Brotherhood scouts appear. They are part of a larger group of outlaws hidden deeper in the woods, and these scouts have been sent to assess the strength of the enemy prior to a planned retaliatory attack. The scouts are greatly impressed that you have slain the enemy patrol that attacked their camp and killed their comrades, even though they have been denied the satisfaction of taking their revenge firsthand. The outlaws already know of you. Rock was able to return to their forest lair and tell them the details of his release from Rock's Darm Goal. This action, together with your thoughtful treatment of their slain comrades, has earned you their deep respect, and they are eager to help you as generously as they can. There are supplies they can sell you, and they are able to help with your equipment. Ah, excellent. So this place has effectively become... excellent. Let's see if they've got anything worth having. So yes, let's talk to these merchants. Ooh, a new crossbow. Yeah, which I'm not going to bother getting, I don't think. Garnet pendants, though. Not cheap, mine, but... full grain leather satchel. Ooh, that is quite good. Oh, and they've got some full grain leather and king's leather, and oh, they've got everything I need. Ronin, hardened Ronin. Sell that. I don't know that I'll be... I've got 3 of those, so... Nah, they could be useful in future. I'm gonna hang on to them now, ditch the throwing knives. Okay, so how much did I need to upgrade my armor again? 2 hardened Bronin, 3 regular Bronin, and a king's leather. Okay, so those. 3 of those is slightly more than I can afford. Unless I sell something, so let's sell... oh, let's sell this silver ring that I don't need. And... yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. And let's get rid of the old crossbow bolts that I'm not using. I needed 3 Baronin. Was it 1 piece of king's leather? Yes, 1 piece of king's leather. Come on, be less than 78 to her. Yes. Now, the only problem is I won't be able to afford the actual upgrade. 208. Do I have anything I can sell to make that up? Some bread, some steel. Sell my explosive bolts, but I might need them in the fight. It's always annoying when things like this happen. Still, I can come back. I've got the equipment, so all I need is a place to do it, so that's okay. Right, let's head on toward the lakeshore. Yes, I want to write my story from here. On your way to the old hot spring mine, you pass through the forest and become aware of enemy activity in the middle distance. Cautiously, you advance through the snowy pines until you emerge from the trees on the shoreline of an unfrozen lake. Its surface is wreathed with misty vapour, and you kneel and dip your fingers into the water, and discover to your surprise that it is warm to the touch. This lake is being heated by a geyser of boiling water escaping from a fissure located at its deepest point. You make your way around the shoreline of the warm lake until you reach an area littered with large boulders. Now you can hear the sound of geeks talking and the splash of something nearby in the lake. Peering through a narrow gap between the boulders, your heart misses a beat when you see what is on the other side. A group of geeks are gathered at the edge of the lake. Striding towards them from out of the warm water comes a fearsomely large reptilian creature. Moonlight glistens on its green, scaly hide and glints on the top of its long, sharp fangs protruding from its powerful jaw. It is a Gorgaz. So, move stealthily among the boulders looking to ambush them. Didn't master that, so we'll probably be picking that, but this seems to me like a pretty good point to end this part, and say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.